It is an honor and a pleasure. And this is family in the building right here. It not only has this dude allowed me to follow him and just soak up all the game, but it's truly been a mentor, a big brother, and somebody that just I admire and truly. I don't say idolize because idol is a controversial word, but when I would say coming up, all I wanted to be was have the verbiage and the playeristic mentality of the one and only E40.
Hello.
AKA Earl Stevens, entrepreneur, artist, author, producer, just tycoon in general. It's an honor and a pleasure to have you in Cannon's class, sir.
Love Cannon.
So man, really, usually we set this up with framing questions and books and all that stuff, but you're a walking dictionary. You're a walking thesaurus. You're a walking just essay paper and all of that. You just laced up with all the games. So obviously, I've done my research. I'm a student of everything 40 has ever done. So I'm gonna just start shooting questions from the hip, just really about the game. You know what I mean? For someone who has been who elevated from the streets into legitimate business to the executive suites, as you say, but then to be in the hip-hop game from the 80s till today is a tremendous success story. So I want to touch on that, but from the bird's eye view of helping these young cats today to say, here's just some life lessons, some 40 isms, some things that, as the Confucius and the Socrates and all that. I just want to touch on, because you've shared so many of those with me over the years that we don't have to get into any details. We don't even have to talk about anything specific. I mean, a lot of times we can get controversial and political on this show, but that's not what we're doing right now. This is life lessons with Fonzarelli.
Hello.
And I want to start at that space. You've been in it so long, and you've magically have stayed out of the smoke. I think it's out of great respect that people have for you. And even when people try to shoot shots at you, they look silly.
Yeah.
That's a skill set, to be able to be a boss, to be revered, to be a gangster, but never have to flex your muscle on anybody. How did you get that, and how does the next generation embrace that?
Yeah, it's just never been me. I'd rather just run into you personally, or handle things in a different fashion behind the scene. I don't speak on things. I just, I'm not that type of dude. I'm not a clout chaser. I don't need controversy to sell records. I've never been into that.
Right.
That ain't never been me. For 31 years, I've been in this. I've been in this since. Can I cuss?
Yeah, cuss your ass off.
I've been in this shit since 1988, man, with music on the shelves.
Right.
So that ain't. I'm a solid dude. I'm cut from a whole different fabric than a lot of these cats, man.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? Certain things that people talk about, I never brought it to the surfaces.
You didn't need to.
I never needed to, and
gangsters moving silence.
Come on, gangsters moving silence for real.
Right.
So I don't even speak on it. We'll work things out when I see you. You know what I'm saying? However it go.
And kings know how to handle themselves amongst kings.
Definitely.
And I've always watched you operate as a king, from the way you conduct your business to the way you conduct your household. And there's no tomfoolery. And is it a code, or is it something
It's a code, bro. I'm not gonna call myself a killer, but you heard killers don't talk. You just don't speak on stuff. I'm cool.
Right.
I'm cool, man. I'm not finna feed into nothing. I'm finna add more fuel to the fire. I'm not finna give people more things to talk about. That's just never me. I've been famous since I was a motherfucking teenager, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't need no extra fame. I'm good. I'm about my money, man.
Right.
You feel me?
Absolutely.
And when you got a solid slate like me, my shit is solid, not salad.
Yeah.
When people do fuck shit, people look at other people different. Like, they know that that ain't how I get in. Like, I've been solid for many moons, and it ain't just no fluke. It's just for real. This is how I was taught by the OGs,
And I was leading right into that. As I said, I'm a student of E40. Who taught E40? Who are you a student of?
I'm a student of the neighborhood fixtures.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
the real guys on the corner lacing you with game.
Yeah, but look, not all of them.
Right.
Just those who was. Some unfortunately had to lay it down a lot, but they was on their way to do legitimate great things. But I'm a fan of the neighborhood fixtures, and I ain't talking about just my neighborhood. I'm talking about nationwide, worldwide.
Right.
That turned their temporarily occupation at the time to get by. Into occupation that became lucrative, safe, a safety net for the future, and legitimate.
Right.
You know what I mean? That got into real estate or other things. You know what I'm saying? That was legitimate and helps the young men of the neighborhoods come up and show them how to get into real estate and what other independent things they was doing. You know what I'm saying? So
and I love that you bring that up. Let's talk about that for a second because I have my own views on this, and it definitely doesn't go against, or it definitely goes against what society believes and perpetuates.
Right.
The game, specifically the dope game.
Yeah.
Is that a bad thing? Is a young black man trying to make something out of nothing? What he's given in his community. We criminalize it, even though the pharmaceutical companies are doing that in worse.
They're doing it worse. That's where it's at right now.
Right. So why even in our own communities we see selling drugs, being a self-made entrepreneur, as a bad thing?
So growing up in the '80s, well, I grew up in a.
You was a fixture in the '80s already.
I was a fixture in the '80s. So. At that time, it was, we got some of us got bit by the hustling bug.
Right.
Okay, and it was designed to pay bills and to get by the YOLA game. You feel me? And it just so happened that some started having more success than others and started being able to get the fruits of the labor and all the perks and amenities of the game. You feel me? And started to get things that came with it, like houses, cars, jewelry, all that. I mean, that was something, you know what I mean? But it was designed to not be in it and make it a permanent occupation. It was designed to get in and get out, take that Gouda and do like the white men do, or the Jewish, or however you want to call it, and legitimize your hustle.
Right.
And a lot of cats that I know, those are the cats I look up to because I seen them do it.
Right. So we got that entrepreneurial spirit in us. Growing up, 80, 88, I would say I remember it because my stepdad at the time was a dope boy heavy in Southeast San Diego. So I was the little kid with the gazelles on and the gold ropes. He laced me with the Jordans and all. And I watched him move. I was there when he was moving and works, and the fiends would come to the door with change and he'd kick him out.
Knocking on the window at 4 a.m. talking about you doing anything.
And I look I looked up to that my stepdad because at the time my dad wasn't in my life. That was the dude I wanted to be like. I wanted to drive the Cadillac Fleetwoods with the Daytons on it.
With the Zeniths and Vogues, the Daytons and Vogues, or the appliances.
And seeing that come up, that was success in our community.
Yeah.
And to hear you rap about it, and then even, throughout from the first album, from the click stuff to even seeing the I hope I don't go back to slanging yayo, and even in hearing your stories from the bottom to the top. What is it about our culture, not only that it's fascinated with the lifestyle, but that would take something that's considered nothing and create riches out of it?
Because we are our culture consists of mostly African American.
Right.
And we are the most creative people on the planet.
Talk that
talk.
Talk that talk.
There's so much y'all need to know about that. No prejudice bone in my body
at all, but we just stating facts.
Grew up with all walks of life, all colors, got number love, good best friends and stuff with all different colors. It's good. you know. But I'm just being honest, and it is what it is.
And it comes from the struggle,
man.
It comes from when they give you nothing, and all you have to make success out of nothing. They give you the scraps, and you make art out of it. They give you the scraps, and you make delicious food out of it. They give you scrap. They don't give you any instruments. They snatch your instruments away from you. So you got to develop your voice and sing through the pain. Like so, that's where it comes from. We were cultivated in this culture, and therefore we shine and we thrive when you give us nothing.
Have you ever been? You're absolutely right. Have you ever been to the doctor and they say, do high blood pressure or leukemia or anything run through your family?
Right.
Like certain things. Stress runs through our family. From my ancestors.
Talk about
from being abused, and I mean, man, they used to do us bad, bro. Not us, but our ancestors.
But it's still in our DNA.
Still in our DNA, bro. They used to take the strongest black man and they call it, man, I don't want to, and they used to really like embarrass them in front of their family. Like they really actually
break the black man down in front of his family.
You know about it?
Yeah,
you know about it?
Just to show that, and take him and make the children watch.
And let them watch, man. You know what I mean? And they didn't want us to know how to read and write.
That was illegal.
It was illegal. That's man, come on, man. And I'm not prejudiced.
It's illegal. It's illegal for us to read the Constitution that supposedly gives us our freedom.
Come on, man. We ain't supposed to know how to read. If you get caught knowing how to read, or somebody teaching you finna get hung, or you gonna get beat to death with one of them long ass horse whips.
Right. So
you feel me?
So we've overcome all of those things, and now to be able to be bosses and fixtures in the game, and now this is that first generation where we can pass down this information, and have people embrace it in a way. Whether it's through the media, whether it's through written literature, or whether it's just through game recognizing, game passing it along from individuals. So as we know, you from the Yay area.
Definitely up top.
The soil where a lot of this mentality, the empowerment mentality,
definitely,
leadership comes from.
That's right.
From the Panthers to just a lot of social activations from the LGBTQ community. From just so many things come out of the Bay Area for being a liberated community.
All walks of life. Have you ever seen Bay Area people protest and march and everything? It's all walks
Everybody
of life,
together.
Different colors. It ain't just it's not just African Americans. It might be more Caucasians than anything.
Right.
Because we are diverse. The Bay Area, especially in the Bay, you know what I mean? We are the West Coast, but the Bay, we are together. Like, you know what I mean?
And it's a lot of power and a lot of creativity that comes out of that. So this is Cannon's class, and I wanted to give all the young people some lessons today. So we gonna get straight to it. This is language class with E40. So these are words that some of them you created, some of them you use, and I'm gonna run them down. You give me the definition, and we get to it.
Okay.
Male.
That's a soil word from the Bay Area. Me being, from the streets, is something that when you're a rapper and you're around game and you're around, the atmosphere, that's just part of your everyday language. And so and you put it in your raps. That's how it go.
Yeah, so
I was if you want to talk about the first rappers talking about that, you might want to point at E40 and Sick With It Records.
Yeah.
Be legit Sick With It Records, D-Shot, Sugar T, the Click, like that.
Yeah. So male is just that's money, right? You getting your paper. You have MAIL.
Give it up to people like Spice One too. Spice One.
So male. So yeah, let's use male in a sentence. I'm getting that mail, or
so male is pretty much like a short term for check. Like in the mail, you waiting for that check.
Right.
So male is money.
Right.
That means money, Gouda. You know what I'm saying? Paper.
All right. Sahab. What's that definition of sahab?
Sahab is a spinoff of sahib, which is a friend in Arab. You know what I'm saying? So my wife, when I was younger, I was like, "Hey, give me another word for her friend."
Yeah.
Her name is Amira, and she's our loved one to this day. And she was like, Sahab, right there, right? And I was like, okay, that means friend.
Right.
So I was like, I just started calling everybody Sahab.
That's my Sahab right there.
You know what I mean? That's Sahib, Sahab.
That's game. That's game.
Yeah.
Slap.
Okay, slap comes from the streets. Slap, but the first rapper ever talking about slap was E40 and Sick with the Records. Be Legit. I always got to put Be Legit in there because
Yeah,
me and
that's
Be
your
Legit,
cousin.
That's my cousin. We together every day.
The Click.
Sugar T, the Click. But first rapper that ever said slap was E40.
Right.
Slap. So when you say that shit slap, that's slapping.
Right.
Oh, we got to slap. Man, I'm finna send you a slap over.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Come on, man.
Bootsy.
Learn that. Bootsy, come on, man. Come on. First rapper ever talking about Bootsy, E40. You know what I'm talking about?
What's the definition of it?
Bootsy mean it's only one, it's really from Bootsy Collins, and no disrespect to the legend, because the legend is it's only one Bootsy Collins.
Right.
Bootsy is the only one who could be Bootsy. Bootsy is a guy that's flamboyant, that dress. He overly dressed, but that's what he do.
Doing too much.
Doing too much, but not for him.
Right.
Because we know that that's what he do, and he's legendary and great. You know what I'm saying? But when you do too much or you just overdo it, we call that Bootsy. And I ain't talking about Boozy, the rapper. I'm talking about Bootsy. You know what I'm saying?
B-O-O-T-S-E-E.
And much respect to both legends. Hello.
All right. Sucker repellent.
Sucker repellent. I got that from some of the guys in the Mo. I don't know who actually made it up, but you know, maybe OG Stump Down. I'm not sure. You know, the Mo is Phil Mo.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you know, that's what a lot of people would say. Sucker repellent. You know what I'm saying? You know, but that's a strong one right there.
Yeah.
Sucker repellent. Just being in the traffic. You know, just
you
being
keeping cats off you.
And if you're hanging around cats, that's spilling their game.
Right.
They get it from you, you get it from them, and you spilling off each other, and it just naturally happens. You know, you put it in your raps.
Definition of LRPs.
LRPs. I got that when I was 15 years old, and my partner, my cousin, I was out there with my cousin. We was on 51st Street, and we was headed to the liquor store, and we had to get somebody to buy us some liquor. There's one dude, he was he was young like us, but he was able to cop. He was the same age. He was able to cop, so we bought a quart. Back then, it was before 40 ounces. It was a quart. So we gave him a little bread, and then an OG just came up to us and was like, "Man, you youngsters, man, y'all better know about them LRPs, man." We said, "What's LRP?" He say, "Long range pimping, man." You just got to popping it, right?
Right.
I say, "Okay, I'm gonna lock that in like a safe." You feel me?
There it is.
Yeah.
All right. Definition of sprinkle me.
Sprinkle me. Sprinkle me. I got that from OG Stomp Down, James Bailey. That is my boy Bailey, young Bailey, and San Quinn's pops. You know, and he used to always he had a relationship with my sister, Sugar T.
Right.
And he was like, "Man, 40, you know, he's super cool dude. To this day I love him, you know."
Right.
And he was like, "Yeah, man, man, I like to sprinkle the kids, man. You know, teach them, like lace them up, you know.
Right.
Let them know, man, what's right from wrong, and you know,
Lace
like
they tennis shoes.
Lace they tennis shoes, man. You know what I'm saying? Game them up.
Right.
You know, and so that's where that come from. So it was like, you know, me and Sugar got in the studio, and we was like, we need a title for this. And we was like, da, da. Mike Mosley started, you know, na 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 na. Yeah. Mike Mosley producer. Mike Mosley and Sam Boss are legendary producers. Platinum work with Tupac and all kind of legendary rappers, and we put it together like the weather, man. It became a classic, man. One of the biggest songs I ever had. Sprinkle me.
Absolutely. Definition of marbles.
Marbles, man, money, man. You know, marbles. This is another word for marbles, coins. You know, paper, Gouda, Skrilla, scratch, all that.
All right. The definition of captain.
Captain, man. Captain Save a Hoe. Street word that, you understand me, E40 was the first rapper screaming that, you know what I mean? He a Captain Save a Hoe, man. You know what I mean? He a rescue Ronnie. You know, a Captain Save a Hoe. So you can, like, I'm married. But I'm not a Captain Save a Hoe because my wife ain't a hoe.
She ain't a hoe.
A Captain Save a Hoe is somebody that a bitch that already been around.
You tricking on.
You feel me? You tricking on. You know everybody in the hood.
And everybody done ran through it.
And she got more miles on her than JetBlue. You feel what I'm saying? And everybody knowing it. You trying to turn her into a housewife. You a Captain Save a Hoe, man.
Yeah.
And you done turned on your partners about the bitch.
Oh, come on now. Hello.
You know what I mean? You a Captain Save a Hoe, blood.
Solid.
Solid. Come on, man. Solid is just, you know, being concrete, you know, not doing foul things in the game, you know what I mean, and keeping it 1,000 wow.
There it is.
Hello.
Homodulating.
Modulating. You just marinating, you simmering, you stewing. You're modulating, you simmering, you're stewing, you know, you just sitting here thawing out, man. I'm just chilling.
Right. There it is. Yiddish cup.
What is it?
Yiddish cup. You have is that one?
Nah, I don't know about that one.
I don't know where I thought I was like I was like Yiddish. I was like I ain't never heard 40 say that.
Not that one.
Well, I definitely know one that quarterbacking.
Quarterbacking, yeah, definitely. That's my word before. So quarterbacking mean actually, quarterbacking a play,
running a play,
or being
a boss,
like calling the shots, like actually putting it together, like the weather, like making things unfold. You the quarterback of it. He quarterbacked that play.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Put it all together,
like the Yay Area movie. You quarterbacking that situation right now.
There it is.
Hello.
All right, brings me right to tycoon.
So tycoon is in the dictionary, but no rappers was talking about it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So basically, tycoon is a word that means top tier, upper echelon, someone that does what everybody else don't. That's papered up, a fixture, a whale. You know what I mean? Somebody with long money,
boss.
Yeah, all around boss.
Right.
And you can't. And just so y'all know, you can't call yourself a boss if you ain't got no employees. Hello.
Oh, hello. Now I think you already said Gouda. We know what that is, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
And what about Fetty?
Fetty is money. Feria is I believe a Spanish word. Feria. Feria.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And my Richmond partners, we shooting dice and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? He talking about, man, give me my Fetty, man. You know what I'm talking about? This was back in like 91, 90.
Right.
We shooting dice and whatnot. And my Fetty, man, give me my Fetty.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I need my Fetty. So that's where that comes from, man. just being from the soil. And I didn't make it up. See, people think I made that up.
Right.
That's a real word, Fetty. You feel what I'm saying?
You feel?
That's money.
There it is.
I mean, Skrilla.
Now, let's get to this now. These are some words that we just used that a lot of people may have never heard before or knew the origin. Now let's use some words that we all use.
Yeah.
But a lot of that origin came from your area.
Definitely.
Broccoli.
That's designed by E40. me and Studio Tone was in the studio and we was like, what can we call weed? We was there, you know what I'm saying, and there we was just chopping game. And we was like, man, something green, man. We got okra, we got spinach, and broccoli.
There it is.
That's it right there. Yeah, broccoli. And so from 1993, from a song I had called Practice Looking Hard, I say, in the video, I say I had a 20 sack of broccoli. I said, got me a package full of got me a package full of broccoli. Got me a package full of broccoli and a Crooked Eyes 22. So Crooked Eyes 22 is a St. Ives 22 ounce.
Yeah.
And back then that's what we was drinking.
Yeah.
And so so from then on, I said broccoli. I was calling weed broccoli. All the way from 93 up to motherfucking right now. I was the first one ever said that on wax. Anybody like in the world, like,
there
you know what I'm saying? But I'm the type of dude I don't be tripping.
Yeah, the game is for the game.
What I say? I'm toasted to sloppy off humble broccoli Bacardi. 151 on my body about that green like wasabi. And that was on a gold record called Function. We out there trying to function. You feel me? I just said it on everything. There's no album since 1993 that I didn't say broccoli, and I said it on every album all the way up to now. Here it is, 2019, man. Let's move on.
Game, there it is. For Sheezy.
I'll tell you where I got that from. So I'm I'm a composer. And I'm also a producer. My producer name is Benjamin Blapperson.
I've worked with Benjamin Blapperson.
So you know what I'm saying? So I'm in there producing for my dude Twiceberg. Twiceberg is from the town.
Right.
And he had a record. He had a situation with, not Tommy Boy. I forgot what label it was. But they had a budget. So he was like, man, I want 40 to produce me a couple of songs.
Right.
So we went to Studio Tones and we did it. And I made a couple of blaps for him, and they was like, yeah, man, for Sheezy, 40 for Sheezy. Right? That's what my boy Twice was saying.
Right.
Right? So I remember him saying it, but I was perking, right? And that was my first time hearing it. I'm giving it up to him right now. And so I got in the studio, was 3 times crazy. Probably a couple of weeks later, we was knocking out something. And I was like, yeah, for Sheezy. But I wasn't saying for sheezy. I was saying for shizzy.
For shizzle.
I was saying for shizzy. Yeah, for shizzy. And then Bart from 3 Times Crazy. Nobody else. Just Bart. Bart said, yeah, 40, but it's for sheezy, not for shizzy. I said, oh, that's what Twice was saying. We call him Tweezy. I said, that's what Twice was saying. He was saying for sheezy, not for shizzy.
Right.
You feel me? This is the honest to God truth. And so, and then Bart showed. So that's when I said, my niggas 3 Times Crazy laced me, taught me how to say for sheezy. It was really Bart that told me this. He said it's called for sheezy, not for shizzy.
Oh.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the first time I used it was me and Too Short album. It was the first time that they never used it. They ain't never even used it on a record before.
Right.
It was, you know what I'm saying, it was fresh. And so me and Too Short was the first ones ever in life to ever say for sheezy on wax. It was a song called Rapper's Ball. 1996. And he say,
I'm going to get to that too. I got some lines from that we got to put out there because you laced the whole world with game off of that record.
Thought you Theezy for sheezy.
Niggas remember?
Come on.
Earl Brandon nailed the boys from Vallejo. Straight Vallejo from the town.
Hello.
So we're going to get to another one. Oh boy.
Oh boy, that's you know who made that one? Who came with that one?
Who?
Mac motherfucking Sean, Mac 100.
Wow.
Mac Sean, bro. He part of the Sick With It organization. Back then, that boy was spilling a lot of game too, man.
Right.
And a lot of people got a lot of game from him as well.
Facts.
I got to give it up. It is what it is.
Yeah. It's all good. That's a term everyone uses.
It's all good. I was the first rapper ever screaming, it's all good. It's all good because
everybody
nobody gives
says
a
that
fuck.
now.
Yeah, what I say, it's all good because nobody gives a fuck. But look who popped up. And that was on 1992. That was an album called Federal.
Right.
Federal. So it became one of the words we would all say, it's all good.
It's a term we all say, all good.
Yeah.
Now,
there's a lot of words, man. So many of them.
Now, I know you were the first person I heard say this, but this is a term that's even used by the president now. Hater, which came from player hater.
Player hater, yeah.
And I remember because we used to be like, yo, they over there shock waving and player hating. You know what I mean? Like
for real. Me and a lot of the other Bay Area rappers used it.
Yeah.
But the first time I heard it was from a guy from Richmond named Filthy Phil.
Okay.
And he had a song called Player Haters.
Right.
And I think it was Johnny Guitar Watson. He used that particular sample. And it was a blap. It was like a soil favorite.
Right.
And the word generated throughout the Bay Area. So shout out to Filthy Phil from Richmond, California.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I would say, and then pop your collar. I used to use that all the time. I still use it like, yo, I don't turn down nothing but my collar, and most of the time that stay popped.
Pop your collar. So here it is. Pop your collar is, that's what our granddaddies used to do and all the OGs. They fix themselves, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm just fixing myself, you know what I'm saying? So you
understand me.
Here's another way, you fix it like that, you know what I mean?
Good pimping right there.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And it's an expression of, you can salute a person when you see a person.
Yeah, I pop my collar to the general.
So many things now. That's what it is.
That's good game right there. So this has been vocabulary with the big homie E40. Hopefully you learned a lesson or two here in Cannon's class. Now, there's one thing, and this was a real lesson that even I wasn't even getting money yet. But I heard you say some stuff that stuck with me for the rest of my life. Don't buy an $85,000 car before you buy a house.
Because
that's real game though. You said that. That's Rapper's Ball, and that Cats was the whole song is really about who's really getting to it. And this was that time for me where I saw you got the biggest deal in the music business at the time. You was moving around.
I was living on a golf course.
Yeah,
a couple of them.
Yeah, living next to NBA players and doctors and all of that type of stuff. And you were doing it in such a major way. Pardon the pun.
Yeah,
but. Yo, for you to say things like, don't let all of this jewelry and all this Versace this and Versace that, and don't buy an $85,000 car before you buy a house.
Don't go out, man, that house is that's the first thing you ought to get. Of course you can have some transportation, but don't spend that much money on a car at that time. Get you some property, own a piece of the earth. You know what I mean? That way you know that you locked it in. If something go bad later on or something, you got you a house, you got some property. You can sell it, get into another one. You know what I mean? Whatever the case may be, but you owning a piece of the earth. And that's why I always all the OGs used to always tell me that, you know, man, first thing you do, man, you know, get you a car, because, you know, we was right, you know, from the Bay Area, we ride old schools.
Right.
At the time, you know what I'm saying? Especially as a young teenager, we wanted Cutlasses, we wanted Cougars, we wanted Falcons, Fairlanes, you know, Granadas, you know what I'm saying, Chevy Impalas, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
We wanted all that. We was riding old school muscle cars.
Right.
So when you first get I had got me a Thunderbird, so I went down the street on Springs Road, and there was some dudes that was very legitimate about their business. They were some OGs, and they was like, and they were Italian. I believe they was Italian.
Right.
But they was like, I say, man, what I got to do, man? He said, this is how you build up your credit. And I got me a Thunderbird just to get it. I'm a teenager.
Right.
And he say, man, in 6 months your credit gonna be excellent.
Right.
That way you can get anything you want. And credit it means everything, you know. And people don't know that. It's your word, yeah. Credit means everything. So anyway, that's what we did.
If you got good credit, that pretty much says you're a solid individual.
That's right, in real life.
That's some good game right there.
Buy a house,
you got credit with me.
That's right. So when you buy a house and you want to, if a house costs $400,000 or something, you put 20% on that. What's that? 40,000. Well, what's that?
80.
Is that 80? That's 80. That's 80.
Yeah,
yep, that's 80. So we're looking at 80,000. Wow, right?
Right.
So. And then they check your credit, and you got some cool credit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Whatnot. So
they know you're going to pay that mortgage.
That's right.
That's your word.
Some people live above their means.
Right. There's
you know
no
what I mean?
need to do that.
Don't do that. The house is the most important thing. Any of you rappers out there, man, when y'all see a few dollars, man, I know everybody want to go get some jewelry or something, but you're going to outsmart them if you go get you some property first.
There it is.
You know what I'm saying?
They always say, but you can't wear the property around your neck.
You can't wear the property around your neck.
If you had a diamond deed, everybody would have it.
Come on, everybody, man.
I might do that. I might go ice out a couple of my deeds.
Come on, you know what I'm saying?
A couple of my bonds from the stock exchange.
Exactly.
Just ice them out.
And it ain't, and you know, I'm out there. I live out there with the corporate people. You feel me? And so they taught me, you know, back in the day, man, don't pay off everything. Don't. What I mean by that is don't pay off all your. Don't go buy a Bentley for $500,000 or whatever and just pay it off like that. Go lease that thing so you can have some.
And then you can write it off.
You can write it off. You know what I mean? A lot of
people corporate. Do that. It's a corporate expense.
Y'all don't know. A lot of rappers do that too. I ain't busting nobody out, but I'm just saying a lot of rappers do. But some go ahead and spend the whole thing. That's on them.
That's on them.
You know what I'm saying? Because it depreciates after a couple of years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It depreciates right when you drive it off the lot.
Right away.
Except for those old schools that you're talking about. That's a wise. They go up. They go up in value. I mean, I've been a car collector since I was able to buy a car.
Many moons.
And that I've spent I got all the fly European stuff. I got the brand new stuff. But the cars that my Cutlasses, my Chevelles, my Corvettes, all of those cars.
They're not going nowhere.
The Impalas,
man.
they go up in value.
They go up, bro. And every year they're getting rarer and rarer. And
they're real cars. They're real
cars. The steel is thick. You run into them, you gonna hurt your car.
Facts. And you lacing us with game once again. Yeah. And speaking of the Rapper's Ball song and video, that was a video. That's what I knew that you was Sahobs with Tupac.
Yes, definitely, man.
I saw Pac in the video, man. Yeah. Ice-T was in the video. Like everybody was in the video, but having a relationship with Tupac, and then even y'all got some dope records together, all of that good stuff. What type of guy was he, man? I never had the opportunity to meet Pac, and I feel like, you know, I'm privileged enough to know you on a personal level, and for you to know him and to call him a friend. Yeah. What was that like?
Pac was a people's person. Pac speak his mind. He spoke his mind. You know, I was watching a MTV interview back in the days, and they was like, "So what always gets you in trouble?" And he was just my big fat mouth, because he speak his mind. He don't hold back on nothing.
Right.
But if Pac like you, he love you.
Right.
He love the kids. I've seen him just interact with all the older people, everything. He was for what's right. That's what's wrong.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
When he made a diss song, he gonna make sure it ain't no sneak diss. He gonna make sure he yell a name out. He gonna say who it's about, what it's for, and the whole woo-wop. You know what I'm saying? But nah, man, you know, that man, he you know, they talk about the greats. He uplifted the inner city, man. He uplifted even the suburbs.
Right.
Because the suburbs go through struggles too, drugs and pain.
We
and
all go through struggles.
Depression, all that.
Yeah.
And he had songs like Brenda's Got a Baby and I Ain't Mad at You and Keep Your Head
Dear
Up and
Mama.
Dear Mama. These are legendary songs. It wasn't just about partying with him.
Right.
He spoke. He was
a man of the community.
He was a man of the community. He was for what's right. That's what's wrong. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, he wasn't with the sucker shit. Anybody do sucker shit, he wasn't with it. He didn't like that. It hurt him badly,
Yeah.
And so, no, Pac was solid, not solid. We shot that video. I don't know if I got this wine to do gnat. This motherfucker's on this earth that's nerve wracking like a gnat. You know what I mean?
Facts.
But anyway, so when we shot the video, we shot it in I said, man, Pac, I'm gonna be out there. I'm shooting a video called Rapper's Bar in Calabasas.
Right? You was pimping in Calabasas before the Kardashians was there.
Yeah, we was in Calabasas. So we did out there. He was like, man, I stay right around the corner.
Right.
He said, I gave him the ride. He said, man, I'm right around the corner. I'm pulling up.
Oh,
right?
Wow.
Man, in real life.
And pulled up.
Him, Ice-T, man, all the Bay cast, Richie Rich, all my folks, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Be Legit, The Click, everybody. So many rappers from Ant Banks, all of them. Like
classic video.
Man, everybody that was somebody pulled up to that video.
Casey and JoJo,
man. I mean, it was so classic. And when they did it, it just meant so much to me because it showed unity. It showed West Coast love.
Yeah.
The song was called Rapper's Bar. Now, Pac wasn't on the song, but he was in the video.
Yeah.
And it was like
he felt like he was part of the movement.
Yeah, he had the Versace on,
yeah.
The whole woo-wah. So while we're on my trailer, I had hella artists at that time. So, I ain't a goaltender. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not finna goaltender.
That means he ain't blocking nothing.
Yeah, I ain't blocking nothing. I'm not a baller blocker. So I let them put their little cassette in at the time, or CD.
Yeah.
And let them play their music. And I wasn't able to even play my music.
Right.
So they played their music. We all vibing. We just getting drunk, drinking, smoking, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then Pac say, man, I'm Machiavelli. That's going to be that's my nickname. And I got songs for when I die. I got songs for right now. I just all I do is record. I say, I know how quick you write. Several times we've been in the studio and you trying to rush me, and I'm like, man, I don't rap that fast, man. I rap fast, but I don't write that fast. I rap fast, but I don't write that fast.
Right.
You good with that, you know what I'm saying? So he's like, nah, I know water. He was like, man, listen, I'm finna play this, and he played hella songs.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
off the Machiavelli project.
Yeah, off the Machiavelli project that was going crazy. It was like it was chills.
Wow.
And I didn't get a chance to play. So a year, after he passed,
right?
They was like, Pac got a song called what was it called? Mine was called it was called Changes.
Yeah,
it was called Changes, and I had some things that never changed, and it was by both of these songs were by Bruce Hornsby.
Right.
So Pac I never knew that he had a song called Changes. His was speeded up, and he never knew I had a song called Some Things That Never Changed. It came out in 1996.
And both of
after
them
he
go
died.
crazy.
Yeah, and neither one of us knew.
Wow.
And both of them was
y'all
classical.
just on the same frequency.
We was
in
on
the
the
universe.
same frequency. That's how the universe spin around.
Yeah.
That's how it go, bro. It's
that's
amazing.
A great story, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you spending the time with me, OG, and lacing us all with game. From the vocab all the way down to just the great stories and being a fixture in the game. But just like you got a classic phrase, don't buy $85,000 car before you buy a house. Is there something that you can leave with the youth right now, with this generation, that's just, you done seen it all, you got the bird's eye view, lace us with something before we get out of here?
I just tell y'all, concentrate on you, not them. If you sit up there and look at what everybody else got, it's good to get inspired by what they got, and get, but concentrate on you, because if you sit up there trolling and worried about everybody else and just getting on them, you're not going to get on. God ain't going to bless you. Stay focused on your stuff. Work hard. Practice make paper, man. You know what I'm talking about?
Practice make paper. Life lessons from Fonzarelli.
Life lessons, man.
This has been another edition of Cannon's Class. Salute to my OG,
Love, man.
my teacher. There it is. We out.